Hi, and welcome back to the Implementing and Administering Cisco Solutions, the CCNA 200-301 video series course by EC Council. My name is Glenn Singh. In this video, we're going to take a deeper dive and discuss virtualization fundamentals. So let's dive on in. The topic of virtualization has been out for many years. So what do we mean by virtualization? Well, the concept of virtualization within the IT industry simply allows organizations to reduce the need to have multiple items or multiple physical equipment. These physical equipment can be multiple physical servers, physical networking devices, and even physical security appliances. In the early days of IT, an operating system such as, let's say, Microsoft Windows Server would need to be installed on a single physical device. Usually, a server-like device would consist of a high-end processor such as a really good CPU, large amounts of RAM, and even lots of storage. However, there would be many times when the hardware resources such as a CPU and RAM are underutilized by the host operating system, this being Windows Server in this situation. This is commonly referred to or known as server sprawl or server sprawling. With virtualization, you can take advantage of all these underutilized and unused resources. One of the main advantages of using virtualization is its ability to support multiple server, desktop, and other operating systems in a single physical hardware platform. And this can be done by using a hypervisor. So let's take a look at what exactly is a hypervisor. A hypervisor is simply an application, or let's say a program, that will allow you to provide the four essential core components to virtualize an operating system. So, to put simply, the hypervisor allows you to virtualize hardware. Therefore, by virtualizing the hardware, you can simply place a guest operating system on that virtualized hardware. The guest operating system will not be able to tell the difference in the hardware, whether it is an AMD or an Intel-based processor or even AMD or Intel-based chipset on the motherboard. This is one of the main benefits of using a hypervisor. It simply emulates the hardware and other physical components. Therefore, it makes a guest operating system fully functional as though it is currently on its native operating environment. There are two types of hypervisors. There's a Type 1 hypervisor, which is usually installed on the actual hardware. So this means that you're not going to put, let's say, Windows and then install hypervisor on top of Windows. With a Type 1 hypervisor, you have the hardware resources here, the RAM, the CPU, the network interface cards, even the storage disk. Then you install the hypervisor directly on the storage. So therefore, when you hit the power button on the physical device, let's say the computer tower or the server chassis, the hypervisor will be booted. Additionally, each virtual machine, you install an operating system and you can install additional services and components on that operating system. So as you can see here, we have Windows, and with this virtual machine, with Windows, it is providing an email server. We have another virtual machine running Windows, and this virtual machine is hosting a web server for us. We have a third virtual machine, which is running the Linux operating system. And on this Linux virtual machine, it is providing a file server. The cool thing about using a Type 1 hypervisor is each of the virtual machine has almost direct access to the hardware resources. Some examples of a Type 1 hypervisor will include VMware, ESXi, which is for free. There's also Proxmox. There's also XCP-ng. And these are some examples of some free Type 1 hypervisor. Do take the time to check them out. Additionally, there's Type 2 hypervisors. With a Type 2 hypervisor, the hypervisor itself is installed on top of the guest operating system. So let's imagine that this is your computer, you have your hardware resources, you probably have, let's say, Windows 10. Windows 10 will be the host operating system. The hypervisor can be, let's say, it's VMware Workstation. You can also use Oracle VirtualBox or even Microsoft Virtual PC. Of course, the hypervisor is still going to virtualize the hardware, except that the host operating system will be using some of these resources, and whatever resource is left behind is then provided to the virtual machine. That's a downside of using a Type 1 hypervisor. However, on the positive side, imagine this is your laptop, and you can have multiple virtual machines move with you as you are moving between home, school, and work. In this video, we discussed the need for virtualization. We also explored various types of hypervisors. In the next video, we'll cover switching concepts. I hope this video has been informative for you, and thank you for viewing. I hope to see you in the next one.